They'll probably have something about resource usage. But one of the patterns that has never gone away is they almost always ask you about different sides of a debate. So the prompt would be, you're in charge of Caballero Land rivers. Michael's a farmer and Daniel is a rancher and Evan is a recreational fisherman and Ian is a commercial fisherman. What are their opinions? They always set you up for that different opinion, that conflicting point of view. Tonight's movie at 6 p.m. is conflicting points of view about how to manage a river. I personally identify with all extremes. I like cheap water and I'm broke, so I understand that we got to keep water cheap. I like food and I love farmers, so I understand the need for agricultural water. I love wild rivers. I recreate and find them aesthetically beautiful. I love salmon just for their existence value. They're cool animals that I like to see in nature. But I also love to kill them and eat them. And so I see all sides of the river debate. The movie today does a really good job of showing those different opinions. You be quiet, no sneezing. It's jealous. I see all sides of this debate, but I gotta tell you, it's a really good film for showing that debate. However, hour and 20 minutes of different people giving you their opinion on the river. Most students at some point, if they're not interested in environmental policy and if they're not interested in rivers, at some point you'll burn out. It's like me listening to you talk for 2 hours about what you're supposed to wear at the prom or something. Like, that's boring for me, and this might be boring for you. I get that. But I think it's really helpful for the AP test. I have to say that this is a really strategic placement to get you ready for the AP test. This movie won a handful of environmental awards. It's not the fanciest movie in our series, in my opinion.
What were the other two things you wanted us to do throughout this?
The other two things I want you to do is take out your water bill so that I can stamp it. Yes, they are due today. It's quietly been on the board all unit, you mean?
Yes. No, I have no one.
Okay. And the third thing, and thing number 3, is go to the back and get your water use inventory if you don't have it already. Here we go, 3 things at once. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not ready. Here goes. Please be quiet. The native guys in the movie are really cute. Not like sexy, but like nice.
When you think of the life of those dams, you know, you compare it to the extinction of this, I mean, there's no comparison. The tribe has already made an open statement that they need to be free.
There is no solution, there's a hope for a solution. There's very dams. Everybody talks about removing the nature of the dam. If you can shift those costs strictly onto a small population here in eastern Washington, you can get away with it. What the environmentalists read to the rules and is a moral form of repression. They wouldn't say revenge, that's what it's all. There will be that those people whose lives were ruined and destroyed for no reason. It's my I told you the last thing they wanted you to ever be was a fisher.
My friend might replace my steering wheel.
I'm farming. I'm not in this for money.
If there was more money in fishing stuff, there'd be more Indians down here doing that probably. Here's a meal I never use.
Removing the dams makes a $900 Pentagon toilet seat look like a bargain. Rivers are unique. Rivers are special. There's no place like the lower state.
Like I get really emotional.
Shut off the switch. No generators. None. Let's do that for 30 days and see how people like it.
Okay. Movie tonight, I think, is really good. I hope you get a chance to see it at 6 p.m., 1 hour, 20 minutes. How many of you have your water bill with you right now on your desk, and I just scan it? All right. How many of you have no water bill, but it's at home and you're going to bring it some other time, or you'll figure this out eventually? For those of you that are going to have your own water bill at some point, you should now look on someone else's but not record any information. I want to help you interpret the bill itself, the actual paper. So look, and then look at cycles or whatever, so that you'll see which column what I'm talking about. And how many of you do not pay a water bill for whatever reason? So for those of you that the landlord pays, or you have a well or whatever, those of you, you'll get information from someone else, but pick someone who you know, like their family, or if you can visit their house even better, because you're going to have to analyze their household water usage as if it were your own. So there are some details in there that you'll need to know. Okay? The first thing we'll have to do is read your water bill. If you have the Montecito or City of Santa Barbara, raise your hand. If you have something other than, raise your hand. One CCF is the same as an HCF. So that's a different thing. And also, that is your total CCF use, your HCF use. Your total water cost. Yeah, your base rate plus your service charge. And then who else did not have one of those two? Okay. Listen carefully, here comes. Most of you pay for a variety of services. If you want to see the explanation of which services you are purchasing, on the back side of your City of Santa Barbara bill, there are 3 columns: water service, sewer service, trash and recycling service. Raise your hand if you've seen this on your City of Santa Barbara bill. Raise your hand if you need help finding this on your City of Santa Barbara bill. Look on the back. Yeah. And then what are those columns? Upper right in bold. Upper left in bold.
residential block 1, water usage, residential block 2.
Above that, does it say water service? You found it. You just don't have sewer or recycling. You'll need to get that info. Who else? Anybody else having another problem with this? I want to help you. Okay, so if you have the Montecito, it, like City of Santa Barbara, has the breakdown on the back. So if you just photocopy the first page, you'll need to get the back page later. Please look up. Cross off any sewer costs, any trash costs, any recycling costs. What we want to have is what's called water service. And I know you guys don't pay a lot of bills, and I'm sorry, but you're going to have to learn these things, so pay attention. For your water service, we will have to combine, please look up, your usage of water that might be broken into block 1, block 2. Also, your meter fee. There's a lot of ways to say that, but if it has the word meter, you want to add that in. And finally, any user charge or tax. If you could point to where you think your water service is, I'll walk by and tell you if you have it or not. So put your finger on the water service section of the bill.
Since you have trash and recycle, we won't know until right there. Excellent. This is your unit. Wait for